Thanks so much for being here.
My pleasure.
Yeah, really nice to have you here.
Horny manatee.
Horny manatee, yes, yes. That's comedy in this country, yes.
Well, it's promoting sex with animals as well. Let's not forget that.
Yes, yes. Thanks for highlighting that fact.
That is wrong. And not even a nice animal like Bambi or something. A sea mammal. I mean,
manatee. Wait a minute.
Wrong.
Manatees are loving creatures.
Even the mermaid is wrong.
No, the mermaid is half woman. That's got to be okay.
Yeah, well, if I was to have sex with a half-woman fish combo, it would be that way round, because just legs with a fish head would be really weird.
Yeah.
So, I mean... At least you can talk to this one.
You just broke my brain, is what you did. My brain is broken now, and you were to blame.
So many permutations.
Stop thinking about it, please.
It's
Stop.
weird. It's wrong.
Now, let's talk about something. Happy Christmas time's coming up, and I know that you've had so much success in the last couple of years that there must be sort of an expectation now that, you know, your friends...
family.
That your friends, your family, they think you've had all these, you know, you have these hit shows, there's money's coming in, you're in all these movies now. He's going to get me a great present, yeah.
Well, there's nothing to beat, because I did get bad presents when I was... growing up. I say growing up, I mean a few years ago.
When you were struggling,
well, yeah, but blokes anyway, they don't do shopping till Christmas Eve. It's a cliche, but it's true.
Right.
And I left it to the last minute one year, a few years ago, and I was going down to see my folks. And on the way, I got all of it. So I've got brothers, sisters, nieces and nephews. There's about 25 people to get. And I got them all £10 worth of those scratch cards. Like those lot.
You got them lotto tickets.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Some won, some lost. That's a 10-year-old girl's going, I didn't win. I go, that's the luck of the draw. one niece...
That's the spirit of Christmas.
She was about 12, and she won £20, and she went down the shops and bought 20 more. She's hooked.
Nice. So you got many of them addicted to gambling as young children.
Yeah, and this year I'm getting them £1,000 worth of scratch cards. Yeah.
Barry, this is the worst thinking I've ever heard.
I know. No, I'll think of something. We've got ages to go before Christmas.
Yeah, so you're really going to let it go to the last minute again.
Exactly. Yeah.
I have a brother that does that. He goes to 7-Eleven and just buys whatever's there. Slim Jims, the cherry Cokes, whatever. He just buys that.
Things you've got on you.
He's a horrible bastard.
Here's my jacket.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you something. When the British office, and I say that because there's an NBC version now.
Well, the British office is just called The Office.
The Office, yes.
Yeah.
The Office, when it began, when you created this show and started doing it, and then it was brought to this country, there was obviously a fear that it wouldn't translate. Executives here in America were worried is a show that's not only this subtle in parts, but also it's so British, and it's so about life in Britain. They were worried that it wouldn't translate, weren't they?
Well, it went out on BBC America, which is, you know, a small channel, but when the DVD came out, they made us print a glossary of terms, you know, just like cultural references, like...
To explain things.
Exactly, but I was looking down the thing, and it was like some of our stars you wouldn't have heard of, what they do, what TV shows they do, and one of the references they thought Americans wouldn't understand was Shakespeare.
What?
That was a little bit patronising. I don't know how they explained it. The greatest bard that's ever lived. Bard. See bard. Poet. What's poetry? I mean, where do you stop?
Right.
So
they really thought that Americans would hear Shakespeare and go like, I don't like this. They're talking about British people I haven't heard of. Exactly.
You know? If an American hasn't heard of Shakespeare, they won't like The Office.
Right, right.
There's other barriers in the way. So yeah, I don't quite know why they did that.
But obviously, it did work out, and you won 2 Golden Globes. That must have been exciting.
That was surreal. That was really surreal because, you know, as I say, it was on a small channel, and I'd never been to LA before, and we were up for these awards, and we were sure we weren't going to win. I didn't remember who to thank because I thought it's no.
Right.
And yeah, we won the gold. Just looking around the room, we don't have stars like you have in England. You know, there was Tom Cruise and Clint Eastwood, and these icons. It was incredible. In fact, one of my favourite quotes ever I've heard. We went up. We won the first Golden Globe.
They announced it. Yeah.
Yeah. The Office. We went up there and we were proud. I did a speech, and apparently Clint Eastwood was heard to turn to someone next to him and go, "Who the are they?" Which is great. He's watching this now, and he's going, who the is that?
All right. Once was bad enough.
You mentioned my name.
Yes, well, we're not on, yeah.
Oh, yeah, no swearing.
Yeah.
Oh, but bestiality, incest.
Yes. No, what are you talking about? The minute he's just rubbing, the minute he's doing that, that's clean, that's not...
Oh, and let's add to that, crack. What are you on? What are you doing? You just touched yourself.
I did offer
your hands above the table.
I don't like where any of this is going.
No. These are false arms. I'm playing with myself now.
Ding, ding, ding. Those are made of plasticine, yeah. Stop that!
Sorry.
This is a clean show.
Oh, yeah.
We have a clip here from Extras, and I love this show. And in this show, you for a while, in the first season, you were an extra, a guy making a living as an extra at the bottom of the ladder. And now what's interesting is your character's had some success with a sitcom.
He's got his own sitcom, but it didn't turn out like he wanted it to. You know, the people have interfered, and it's sort of lowest common denominator stuff and catchphrases, and he's not getting the respect. So he's trying to you know, up his station a little bit, and he goes to a private club and he bumps into his hero, David Bowie.
All right, let's take a look at this clip from Extras.
It's not exactly how I meant it to be, because the BBC have interfered and sort of chased ratings and made it lowest common denominator, sort of comedy, sort of catchphrases and wigs. And I think I've sold out, to be honest, but yeah, it's difficult, isn't it, to keep your integrity when you're going for that first...
Little fat man who sold his soul.
The
Little fat man who sold his dream. Chubby little loser. Chubby little loser. National joke. No, not chubby little loser. No. Pathetic little fat man. No one's bloody laughing. The clown that no one laughs at. They all just wish he'd die.
You don't know whether to be honored or upset. I have to do this. We're so tight on time, but I have to do this. We actually found a photo of you when you were a lead singer in a band called Shauna Dancing in the 80s. I know you're... let's just take a look right here.
Of all people. Don't have a go at anyone's hairstyle.
Yeah, it's true. I'm in a huge glass house. I shouldn't throw stones.
And I'm not embarrassed about the way I look then. I'm embarrassed about the way I look now.
You look terrific.
That just reminds me.
No.
Oh, I just got to... God, look at my fat face. Television puts a lot of weight on the chin. Not him, strangely.
This isn't my real head. It's... Season 2 of Extras premieres Sunday, January 14th at 10 p.m. on HBO. It's a hilarious show. Watch it if you're not. And the film Night at the Museum opens December 22nd. Ricky, it's a real honor when you stop by. You're hilarious.
Thank you very much.
Ricky Gervais. Thank you. We'll be right back. Stephen R. Sharippa is here. Stick around.